Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ndokmo Christian. I am a developer, software developer from Cameroon, and I'm also an engineering student at the University of Bamenda where I study computer engineering. So today we are going to talk about Django and Postgre. So an easy and secure way to connect your Django and your Postgre database. Um, so this is our agenda for today. We are going to be downloading Postgre. After that, you are going to be creating a database in the pgadmin. The pgadmin is a software that helps manage our Postgre database. So we are coming to that. So after that, we are going to create a Django project in order to connect the Postgre and the Django. So that's it that we are doing at the step 4. Next, we are securing our Django project. So um, let's go ahead and create and download the Postgre. So I already opened it here, but just for the guys that don't know how to open the website, you can just go ahead and just type Postgresql install like this. So it it opens this page and then you just go to downloads. So as it is loading, so you can choose your operating system from here. You have Linux, macOS. I'm on Windows, so I'm going to go with the Windows installation. So you just come here to download the installer. So it's loading. So while it's loading, it's going to open this page. So it's what we are going to have here. So currently we are at version 16.2, and you can see the installer for Linux, Mac OS, and then you are here. That's Windows 64, um, Windows 86 64. Yeah. So you can just click on this button here that is download. It's going to help you download it. From there now you are going to follow the steps and everything that needs to be done in order to install Postgre on your machine, and it's also going to install the pgadmin I was talking about here. So since I already installed it, now let's open pgadmin. So that's pgadmin. Okay, it's already open here. So you can see that this is my pgadmin. The first time you are going to open pgadmin, they are going to ask you to enter a password. So that's going to be the password that you are going to be using to connect to your database. So always take note of that password. So I already have my password. So I have 3 databases already created. So I'll create another database for this course or this tutorial. I'll just call it test test database. This is my test DB. Okay, so you see the name, that's the owner, is Postgre, that's the name of the user creating this database. You can just write a comment if you want, and then you go to save. So it takes some time. Okay, you can see that I have 4 databases now, and this is the test database that's been created, or it's test DC. Okay, I just made an error. So now let's just go ahead and create a Django project. To do that, let's just open our command line, and let me zoom so that you guys should see. Hope you're able to see. Okay, now let's go to our desktop and then just enter my directory where I run all my projects, and then let's just make a file, a directory called test postgre. Let me just say Django postgre. Okay, so now let's just enter. Oh, sorry, it's not here. It's cd Django postgre. Okay, so let's maximize it and make it bigger so that everyone should see. So here we are. Let's just go to our terminal and then create a new virtual environment. So to create a virtual environment, you write python minus m env env. Env is the name of my virtual environment. So it has just been created here. You can open it and you notice that all the Python packages that you are going to install are going to be installed inside this file. So while it's still loading, still installing some things. Okay, now you are going to install, you are going to activate the virtual environment. For that, you just type ng scripts activate. So our virtual environment is activated. Now let's install Django inside. You just go with pip install Django like this. So Django is being installed here. So it's taking some time. Okay, Django has been successfully installed. Okay, now let's go and create a Django project. So we just say Django admin, start project, start project test app. Okay, our project has been created here. So let's just go to the settings.py and let me show you our database setting. So we have the templates. Okay, this is our database setting. You see, by default, our database is being configured into SQLite. So following our agenda, we just created a Django project. Now let's connect our Django and Postgres together. So this is our project, and then we have our PG admin on this side, and then we need to connect this test DC, that's our database, to our Django project. So to do that, we need to remove this SQLite, that's our default database, and instead have backends.postgre. Yeah, Postgre like this. PostgreSQL underscore psycopg. Psycopg is a package that we are going to install. So psycopg2. So now the name of our database here, you are going to cancel this, and the name of our database is testdc. So here we are going to write testdc. It was supposed to be db. Okay, next we need to have the user. And if you remember, while we were creating our database, our user was Postgre. So that's it. That's the name of our user. We need to have a password. The password for connecting to the database. So we have a password here, and my password when I was creating my when I was logging in my PG admin was 1234556, just like that. So you need a host. The host is localhost by default. So if it's not modify anything, you still have a localhost. And lastly, we have the port. The port, port. Okay, by default it's always 5432, like this. 5432. Okay, so I'm done with the settings. Now let's run our migrations. First, let me show you at the level of our database. When you go to schema and you open the tables, you see that you have nothing here. You can see. So now let's go and make some migrations. So let's first say cd test app, because it has created a sub project. So here we have now this at this level we have our manage.py. You can check. So this is our manage.py, and then you are going to use this manage.py to manage our project by typing commands like python manage.py make migrations in order to migrate our database. So let me just give it some space. So it's saying that we have an error here. Psycopg. Okay. We did not install psycopg, so we are going to go with pip install psycopg. Oh wait, we have an error. Install psycopg. copy G2. Yes. So we install this. That's been installed successfully. Now let's just go with the make migrations. Okay, need to change is detected. Now let's migrate our database. Remember we do not have any tables. Now let's go back to our pgadmin and then go to the tables. Then just click refresh. You make a right click like this, right click and then refresh. Now let's open it. You see that we have 10 database 10 tables have been created. Have the auth group, the user table that is mostly used, and then some default tables that Django has created. So we have successfully connected our Django and Postgre together. Let me just show you something. Let me run our app. Let me just run the server and then show you how you can. Let me set create a super user and then show you how it's stored inside the Postgre. So let me go ahead and say python manage.py create super user. So this user is going to be stored um, in our Postgre database. So I'll just leave it blank to have it user. My email will be user@gmail.com. That's a fake email. My password is going to be my password. Just to confirm my password. Okay, they are saying that the password is weak, but it's just for testing, so we can just allow it like this. But whenever you are going to production, always put a secure password. So now let's go to the pg admin, and then you go to this user table. Then you click on refresh first to refresh in order to make sure all the data is there, and then you go to view data and then you click on all rows. Okay, you see that our user that we just created has been successfully loaded into our database. So that was the name user that we just entered, and then this is user@gmail.com. So it shows that our Django project has been successfully connected to our database, and that's good. So now let's go ahead and secure our database. Let's secure this. How do we secure this? To do this, you are going to install a package called decouple. So to do that, just go install a Python package called Python decouple like this. So you wait for some time. Okay, it has successfully been installed. So now, still inside our settings.py, you just go at the top and then you import this package. That's from the couple import config. Yes. So what you are required to do now is to create a new file, called .env dot env. .env means environment variables. So this is where you are going to be storing your environment variable. That means variables that are used by the whole system, and then they are globally used everywhere. And then we want this to store our database information here so that we don't make them available to anyone who wants to log in, because whenever you send this data on GitHub, anyone can just have your database information and then not even hack your system, just log into your system, because he basically has your password and he has your username. So that's it. So what you are going to do is you are going to be creating these variables here. You are going to be creating the name. Let me just say name like this is equal to the user like this. We had the password like this. We had the host, and then we have the port. The port is not really important, but let's just have it here. So the name of our database is testdc. So I'm going to copy this and then put it here. I think it should be double quoted like this, but let me just allow it like this. Yes, so we have Postgres, that's the name of our user. Copy, paste here. The password, that's 12345 6, copy, paste. The host, that's localhost, copy, paste. And lastly, we have this. Okay. Now let's um let's use the config that we just imported. So we say config and then we say name. This name that we are writing here is referencing the name that we are having in this user. So to get the username, to get the user, I'll do the same thing here. And then I'll say config user. Same thing for the password. I'll say config password. The host, config host, and the port. Yeah, config port. Okay. So by doing this, you are hiding your personal information from any user that wants to log in. So when you want to deploy, this information won't be sent and won't be accessible by anyone who wants to log in into your system. So log into your database and maybe destroy it or tap information. That's not good. So now let's make sure everything is working. Let's go. Let's just go ahead and and yeah, and migrate again and all the others. So that's Python manage.py make migrations. So it says port not found. Uh, so we have an error here that the port is not found. So let's just check this port here. You see, there was a typo. So the here is port. Okay. Now let's go again and make the migrations. No changes detected, and then let's migrate. So the migrations have already been done, so nothing to apply. Let's go ahead and create an app, then create a model and make sure it actually is actually created in our database in Postgre. So we go with Python manage.py start app test app. So it's just a test app. Um, okay, it can't have the same name. So let's just allow it as test. Test confused with name of okay. Let me just say app. Okay, this is it. It has been created. So these are models. I'll just create a simple model. I'll say class uh my uh class person. Let's just create a class person. Class person. Here we are going to be storing the name of the person and maybe the age. So I'm going to have name. Name is equal to car field. Yes, that's the maximum length. And the age. So the age is going to be an integer field like this. So now let's go ahead and migrate this database. Make the migrations. So no change detected. Let me say migrate. Wait, I suppose. Oh, I did not register our app. I did not register our app in settings.py. That's why it was not working. So you come to install apps here and then you enter the name of your app. That's app. Okay, now you go again, migrate, Python migrate, migrations, okay, and migrate. Okay, so let's create an instance of uh, an object of the class. That's an instance. So we go to the shell. So we say Python manage dot py shell. So let's import the model. So from app dot models import person like this. So you are going to say new person is equal to person, as the class. Then we say name is equal to Dogmo Christian, and the age is equal to 19 years old. So you say new person dot save. So you save this. Now let's go to our page admin and check. First of all, let's check if our table has been created. First of all, it was 10, now it's 11. That's it. That's the person table that has been created. So let's go inside it and let's just view all the roles. You'll see that we have a user here called Dogmo and Christian, and he's 19. So guys, this is the end of the video. Don't forget to allow a thumbs up and like, subscribe, share. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.